And I went to Amazon and all these stores to try to buy a Nintendo Switch. I was getting excited and I found out that they're all sold out. Oh my gosh. Hi everyone. So I really wanted to talk today about this great trend that's going around. And everyone's playing this game called Animal Crossings. And I too, I really wanted to get into this game and play Animal Crossings with my friends, with my family. So I went online and I went to Amazon and all these stores, online stores, and to try to buy a Nintendo Switch. I was getting excited and I found out that they're all sold out. Oh my gosh. So I was so sad that I couldn't get a Nintendo Switch. But if anyone wants to, give one to the brothers or give one to me, send one my way, I would love it. But I did some research on Animal Crossings and why it's so important. I was wondering why this game is so important to so many people, kids and adults, a range of different ages. Everyone wants to play this game. Why? Why is it so important to people? So I thought to myself, what's the history behind this game? I looked at the game, and the creator of the game, Katsuya Eguchi, I think this is his name. The creator of the game shared his experience. He created this game from his experience of moving away when he was a young man. When he was a young man, he moved away from his family, away from his friends. He lived all alone by himself. And I thought to myself, many of us can resonate with that. There are times when we feel alone. There are times where, right now in our quarantine, we feel alone. Yet I think Eguchi, the creator of this game, wanted to share his experience of how he coped with being alone, coped with being away from his family. And he longed for the days where he would be able to play with his family, play games with his family, to eat and celebrate with his family and friends. And I think this is really the experience that we're all going through. And maybe why we love Animal Crossing so much. Because we too have experience being in quarantine, being in this midst of COVID-19, of this coronavirus, this reality of having to be put into these islands of isolation. We all have felt this loneliness, felt this longing to be with friends, longing to be with family, longing for relationships again in our lives. And in our islands, we're trying to do our best to create a place where we can connect with each other, relate to one another, and share in the lonely moments, the suffering moments, a way that we can find life again. So I think about this game, and everyone's creating places in their islands, creating places in their own loneliness and their own suffering, moments of joy, moments of saying, I can't be with you at your wedding, yet let's create a space where we can celebrate, where we can come together. I can't be with you. I can't go on a date with you. So let's make a date on Animal Crossings. And I thought about this a lot and reflected about how we create and how the Lord creates. Creates for us moments in His own life, in His love for us, a new world, a new place. He enters into our suffering. He enters into our humanity to be with each and every single one of us, to experience our own loneliness, our own islands of loneliness. And through it all, He experiences our humanity. He experiences everything that we have to go through. And He wants us to find new horizons. He wants us to come to His island, an island that is full of life, an island of resurrection. And the invitation is to recognize that the Lord is always there, wanting to come into our hearts, wanting to come into our own islands of sufferings. It may not just be loneliness. It may be depression. It may be something that's hurtful. It may be jealousy. Whatever it is that you and I go through, whatever the suffering and the islands that we struggle through, we're called to allow Christ to come into our own hearts to create something new, to guide us, and to take our loneliness and to create a place where He's with us. No matter what, you're loved. You're loved by the resurrected Christ. And He wants to be with you. And in our own living, I think we're called to recognize that Jesus also is an expert in this game, Animal Crossings maybe, but more importantly, human crossing. Crossing from heart to heart. What He wouldn't do for you. How He loves you so much as to prepare a place for you on this island of resurrection. He would go the limits for you and me, because He loves us all. What wouldn't He do for you? What wouldn't He do to raise you up? To be with you in the moments of your own loneliness, of your own islands, and in your moments of isolation, He comes in and says, I'm there with you. And I think about, in the game, you do these simple things of, getting food or, planting and, doing these simple things. I think about a lot of people out there right now, finding food is difficult. Finding the needs in order to live, to pay the bills, it can be difficult. Yet we're invited to recognize that we too, by the way we support each other, by the way we reach out to one another, by the way we care for each other and love one another at this time, allows us to cross heart to heart and enter this beautiful gift of life. to give life to each other, to prepare a place for one another. When we don't have food, how do we find a way to get food to those that are in need? When those that are so hungry, how do we allow ourselves to be the hands and feet of Christ? When we are lonely and are in moments of depression and suffering, how do we pick up the phone to call one another? The Lord invites us to recognize that it is through His cross that He lays it down for us so that He can cross over into the island of our own hearts to save us from isolation, from death, to give us hope. Because love raises us up. May we recognize today, my dear friends, that Jesus is there for us. And no matter what we do, He's always ready to cross over into our hearts, into our lives, into our islands, so that we can have that new horizon of resurrection. May we look for that new horizon every day and cross into the heart of God. God bless you, everyone. We're praying for you. The brothers here are praying for you, and I'm praying for you. Please, if you need anything, if you want to talk, I'm here. I want to make myself available to be with you in this time of need. If there's anything we can do to pray, let us continue to help each other. And please pray for me as well. God bless you all.